Alright, what is up, gamers? It's your boy DeBoss, and I'm back again with Boa and the Otaku 93.
Hey everybody! Happy Easter weekend!
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it's Easter weekend.
Yep, bunnies
I'm
and
here. I'm chewing my food, but I'm here.
Food is optimal. Very good.
I say that, yeah, my form of food is a small chocolate Easter rabbit that I have right now. But I won't munch on that lightly.
No shame.
Oh god. Oh wait, we can't. Oh, I was gonna say, is Tara still an idiot? Oh wait, no, we're past that.
We're past that. We're on
We
Ven
are-
now.
We are with small boy.
Yes, the small boy. Because he is small.
Schmoll. Alright, so...
We start off Dwarf Woodlands. Can't say a lot happened, because a lot really didn't.
It's weird. I feel like... we discussed this off stream, but I feel like Tara's story is so bizarre because his story feels like a lot doesn't happen, even though it does. Whereas Ventus, I kind of feel like is pretty balanced. I mean, if you think about it, right, was Ven running around the entire mansion as a mouse in the Castle of Dreams?
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh, you had something to share with us also about Jacques. You told me.
Well, yeah, because I had to look this up because I'm like, okay, no, I have to figure this out because I'm too confused here. So this is where the Disney part of me takes over. I was like, so according to the official Disney wiki, the language that Jacques speaks is basically called Mouse Roman, which I think is just so bizarre. Mouse Roman or Mouse Latin, I believe that is what it is. So it's basically a made-up phrase for a made-up language to describe the fact that he just speaks weird. The weird thing is, though, if I'm being honest, if I watch clips of Cinderella, Jack actually talks more normal in Cinderella than he does in this game. If I'm being completely honest. Like, if you watch Cinderella, you can understand what he's saying, relatively.
That is true.
Out of all the languages they picked, they said Latin or Roman. They're like, let's do something fancy.
He
We're
is
just gonna do something fancy.
I still think they're making fun of somebody, and they just don't want to say who it is.
No, in Disney
I
they probably are.
mean, in what was it? Shrek's totally making fun of the first Shrek movie is making fun of Michael Eisner.
Oh, yes.
Well, I feel like that's deserved.
Yeah, Lord
It's like all
Farquaad
things
is
considered.
essentially Michael Eisner.
Yep. Okay. But
Kind of second, just realized my Twitch chat is not cooperating.
no.
Can't see what the chatters are saying.
This man said, "Mouse WTF? What the hell? What the?"
Yes, Mouse Latin. Apparently that is a thing.
Mr. Zekta.
Hang on.
Fair, that is a thing he says.
All right, we have indeed scored more than 36 points at the moment. We're at 68.
You actually kept track?
No, there's actually a basketball game going on.
Oh. Touche.
She's like, no, we're actually talking about real basketball this time, I promise.
And 36 there has
actually
been
talking
36
about
points
basketball.
scored.
Very clever.
We're talking basketball.
All his life.
Well, it's
Ball's life.
Oh.
There we go. Get my phone charged up here in the meantime. So.
Yes. I forgot. So, the theory.
Mhm.
The theory.
We've been informed that there's a brand new theory here.
Yes. So, for those who haven't even, I mean, I assume most people are at least generally caught up, like, with the character. If you've seen the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, you're generally caught up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a whole bunch of Masters of Masters theories that's been going on. Like, everybody's like, who is the Master of Masters? You know, I know people jokingly said it's Noctis because they happen to have the same voice actor as Noctis, but it's not Noctis.
Would be funny if it was.
Huh?
It would be funny if it was. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past Nomura, but because they both are voiced by Ray Chase, but
Yeah.
who knows? But
Man is based, by the way. Continue.
So the theory is a good chunk of the fandom likes to have the quote-unquote Masters of Masters is basically just like an older Sora from a failed timeline where he didn't protect his friends, supposedly, from 3. So there's a thing in 3 where essentially the timeline is quote unquote split, and then we're currently continuing on the timeline where he did succeed. And people are thinking that the timeline he didn't succeed, he eventually grows to become Masters of Masters, and then goes back in time, writes the Book of Prophecies, because obviously he knows everything, and technically he would have the quote-unquote same color, but that's one theory. I theorized that I think Demyx, yes, that Demyx, Mr. Dance Water Dance, is the Masters of Masters. Reason being,
I am
is
very curious now.
So the reason being
my
is
full attention.
because he is the only character. He is the only character whose backstory has not been explained in any game. Everyone else can be explained in some variation of the game, especially the organization members. So, for example, numbers 1 through 6, we already know they used to work in the the laboratory, and then they got turned into nobodies or heartlesses and whatever. 7 and 8, we found out their backstory in Birth by Sleep, Axel in Syax. And then for 10, 11, and 12, Marluxia and Larxene, we find out their backstory in Union Cross. And then Luxord, it's highly hinted that he has something to do with Verum Rex, supposedly. Or just something else in the future Kingdom Hearts game, but probably something to Verum Rex. If you lost in the boss fight, there's a cutscene, I'm like, that totally sounds like Luxord. I mean, that's literally the same voice actor.
Does sound like Luxord.
And then 13 is Roxas, so we already know the backstory about that. Like, all the other characters have already been explained or no longer exist or have, whatever, if they were only in one game. Demyx is the only person who is not tied to the previous number 6, like 1 through 6, organization member. He's not tied to anything in Union Cross. He doesn't even have a character looking, someone that looks like him in Union Cross. Like, there's nothing about him. So therefore, he does not break the established rules in the timeline. The reason why Sora cannot be whatsoever the Masters of Masters is because he would break the timeline. He cannot exist in a portion, according to the Kingdom Hearts lore, you cannot exist in a point of time where a version of yourself is not there. So because he cannot exist, or he has not existed in the time fairy tales, he can't be Master's Master. He doesn't have a version of him there. But we don't know about Demyx. Nobody knows where he's from. For all that we know, he could be thousands of years old, and nobody knows. So that is my... What is a TED Talk? That's my TED Talk.
TED Talk with
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on why
Hearts
it's
lore.
Shia LaBeouf standing up and giving an applause, just...
That is my TED Talk.
But, oh my god, I see. No, you know what? It makes sense, because I feel like Demyx was always treated as the screw-up.
And his personality is very similar. He has because Master Master can be serious and he can be very goofy. And Demyx has had his serious moments, and then sometimes he turns around and he has his goofy moments, and then he'll turn around and do something like serious.
Silence trigger. Like,
he does take a 180 at points, as you say.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And we're having a little bit of sorry folks, we're having a little bit of technical issues here.
I can continue more theories while we wait.
There we go.
Fix the tech issues.
Now I can see that. Testing.
Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Let's try this again. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Ignore my bad spelling, okay? Listen, I'm under pressure, okay? Ignore my spelling.
Well, out of the way. Let's go on to the Enchanted Dominion.
God, I'm so excited for this part. You have no idea.
Still no sign of Terra.
Do you need Terra, Ven?
I mean, it is like the little brother trying to find the big brother.
Very much so.
Who's that sneaking up on me?
Stop! You get away from her! What? Oh,
That's a fair
I'm
response.
sorry. It's just I've never seen anyone so beautiful.
Who are you?
I'm Ventus, but you can call me Ven.
Oh, you don't
I'm
seem
kind of surprised they
bad,
didn't
do you?
ask him to kiss her to see if that wakes her up.
Yeah.
Just like our
That's a very good
precious
point, actually.
Aurora.
But I
Can
mean,
you
that
tell
would
me
have
why
to.
she's sleeping?
That would have to assume that they
Long
think that
ago,
he's
Maleficent
handsome. But
cursed
I'm
her.
like,
I
Now
mean,
I'll cross that bridge.
he said she's beautiful, so at least shows he's
Well, then,
attracted.
Why don't I go get it back for her?
That's impossible, dear. Maleficent's home is at the Forbidden Mountain. It's not safe.
I'm not afraid. We can't just leave Aurora like this. I can help. You gotta
Wait,
believe me.
you know what?
Come on. Let's
He's
go
pure
get her.
light. This should work.
You know, you're absolutely right. The Forbidden Mountain is through the forest. Come along, follow us. After all, we wouldn't want you to get lost.
Don't worry, that's gonna happen anyway. This boy's prone to get lost.
To be fair, he's naive, but he says a lot of smart things. For example, Aurora is very beautiful. Hell yeah! Do you
Yes, she
see the
is.
way that they drew her? Yes!
Yes, she is the Sleeping Beauty.
I mean, even as a little kid, I always thought Aurora was one of my favorite Disney princesses, just from design alone. I'm like, oh my god, she is gorgeous.
They knew what they were doing.
I have a crush on her. I mean, well, I always forget about this with the older Disney films. I love the fact that they used real life models, women, to bring on sets to act out the scenes for Snow White and Cinderella and Aurora.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
But they don't
I mean-
do that type of thing now. Now it's just like gotta get everything out. Like hurry,
No.
hurry, hurry, hurry.
And it's one of those things where, animators have that more cartoonishly quirky style, which just, it doesn't really work for the new age, which doesn't work it wouldn't work.
It's kind of why all the 2D characters look a little funky in that one scene in Wreck-It Ralph, like all the princesses.
Mm-hmm.
In Wreck-It Ralph 2, and I'm just like, what happened to you guys?
They're all recontextualized into the more cartoony look. You're like,
Yeah, and then I'm just like, who gave Cinderella a button nose? Like what? Yeah, like that scene in Wreck-It Ralph 2 where they just all the Disney princesses, and I'm like, what happened to you guys? Like the 3D ones are obviously okay, like they're used to being 3D. It's also kind of why I think it's also why some of the 2D films, like in 3, looked weird. Like Hercules looked weird in Kingdom Hearts 3 because they tried to make it too polished, and it's just like the cartoony look of 2 and 1 makes a nice blend to it.
Yeah.
It's the commodified version of the Disney princesses, right? It's not technically the actual princesses themselves, it's the marketable brand of the princesses.
Right.
Very good
Unless we-
points there.
Yeah, and hey, don't forget the villains are also a brand now. Granted, I think Disney doesn't know what they're doing with the villains.
Wasn't there supposed to be a quote-unquote fifth theme park, but with villains that they never got to, but they said they were going to do it
Bro,
40 years ago?
Bro, if they ever made Disney villains theme park,
I
I
remember
would be
hearing
there
about
day
it.
one.
This was something back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, they were one of the plans was they wanted to make a 5th park. I think after Animal Kingdom, I think they wanted to do a 5th park, but it was villain theme, and instead of Cinderella's castle, it would have been Maleficent's castle.
I mean, I would have been there day one.
I'd be down. I know day one, you and I would have both been there.
Let's go to Maleficent's castle.
Universal's got a new theme park coming out in 2025, and I'm already thinking I want to be there as early as I can. I don't care if there are issues. I don't care. I just want to see it.
It's like, you always know how to take my money, don't you?
I've got that FOMO hard right now. Considering I've heard very good things about the new Super Mario worlds out in Hollywood, take my money.
Speaking of Mario, anybody plan on seeing this Super Mario movie?
Of course, at some point.
At some point we will.
Excuse me. I am a Sega fan. Alright. We don't watch no Mario.
Ooh. Got
We're not
some
gonna watch no
controversy.
Mr. Plumber because Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Ooh. Ooh, them's fighting words.
That was actually a commercial back in the 90s.
Wow.
Like yes, there was a legit Sega Genesis commercial where they were like, Sega does what Nintendo don't. And I remember like,
And how they got away with that, I don't know, but that's impressive.
I don't know who was the marketer back in the 90s for the Sega Genesis, but they got away with some like weird stuff. I don't know if you all seen the advertisement where someone's holding it was like a magazine picture. So someone's holding one of the Genesis controllers, and it's like it gets harder the more you play with it, and that's
Wait,
the actual
what?
advertisement.
Huh?
And it looks like something else.
Oh my
Like the
god.
way the dude is holding it in the advertisement is like not even being subtle, and they legit put in the quotation marks. It gets harder the more you play with it. Sega Genesis, and I was like,
Oh
what
my
advertisement is this?
Well,
You
that's
can
my
Google
night.
it for.
I'm scared too. I don't know if I want to.
They
Just
put that in
know.
a gaming magazine back in the 90s. I was like,
God.
bruh, how can you? Who let this get past the censors in the marketing department?
How did this
That
get
was a
past the
good idea.
censors? I must know.
I mean,
Like,
do you want to talk about the numerous jokes in Animaniacs that somehow made it past the censors?
Because they probably made ones that were like more not even trying to hide.
Be gone, pest, and give me the bird. We'd love to, really, but Fox censors won't allow it. No, the most infamous one is,
Is it the Prince?
yes.
Oh, I love
Prince.
that.
No. Fingerprints.
I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so.
I will admit, it took me a few years. It took me until I was a little bit older to be like,
Wow.
oh.
Wow.
Wow. The best part is they set up the joke like a minute earlier, and you didn't realize the punchline until you go back and watch it.
Like, we need a fingerprint.
Very,
I
very.
found prints. It's like, no, fingerprints. You're like, no.
I don't think so.
Trying to make her way to the bowl.
This life. I think what was one of my other favorite ones? Wait a minute. You expect us poor innocent children to climb up all dangerous scaffolding to paint naked people all over a church? We'll do it!
What?
Actual line of dialogue from probably one of the best episodes of Animaniacs there is.
Oh yeah, I think the new ones essentially just got completely rid of the whole hello nurse, because they're like, okay, these are supposed to be like kids, and they're like infatuated with this like grown woman, like constantly.
Yeah, I would say like Animaniacs is one of those few reboots that like did the whole like, yeah, we're doing the more sensitive topics, but we're doing it like more respectfully and maturely.
Yeah, Animaniacs back in the 90s, like, did not give a shit.
It wasn't even that bad, to be honest. Oh,
I do like the, what was the thing they would do after the, Wheel of Morality. Wheel of Morality,
Wheel of
turn.
Morality, turn. Tell
What
us
is the lesson we
should
shall learn?
Those were always great.
Oh my gosh, I think my favorite one was punctuation, or like commas, and it's like, let's eat, Grandma, and then it's like, let's eat, Grandpa. It's like,
What?
No!
or what was it? Or early to rise. No,
Early
was
to
it?
bed.
Early to bed.
Makes a man rich, but
Okay, socially dead, yeah.
socially dead, yes.
They got very poetic back then.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
funny.
so they would do Wheel of Morality, and then they would do Good Idea, Bad Idea.
Oh, the good idea, bad ideas are so
First good
funny.
idea and bad idea.
Someone
Right.
did that for a skit at a convention years ago. Oh god, what con was it? I can't remember what it was a con, but I went to a masquerade, and they had Good Idea, Bad Idea anime convention, and it was like, good idea, go into the cons with your friends. Bad idea, go into the con with your grandmother.
I mean, it is a bad idea. They're not wrong.
Yes. And it's just like, what else do they do? Like, good idea, and it's just like, kindly asking people for their picture, bad idea. Bumping people from the second floor, or like something like that. And like,
Yeah. There was always something extra. It was a bad idea.
oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I love this. Bad idea. Good idea. Not listen, or good idea. Ignoring Maleficent's orders. Bad idea. Following Maleficent's orders.
Not calling you out, Tara. We're just making a point.
Oh no, we're definitely calling it that.
Oh, totally.
We're calling her out.
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally well start.
He will never recover from that.
All that fire she spits, and it's coming out of him. The one that burns comes out of her mouth.
Exactly. It's like, no, I'm a peacekeeper, not a tyrant.
Yep.
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally poor start.
Emotional damage.
Yes.
Bro, I wish we could have had Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora just like roast the hell out of Terra. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Sora had no censor. Like
He had no chill.
He
I don't know who spitting.
I don't know who the
Sora's
writers
cooking.
were
Never
on
mind.
2.
Yep.
Yeah, no, the writers on 2 like were just roasting everybody.
He said,
Oh.
let's just let him roast everybody.
Just like no, let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Or they were just like, yeah, just let him cook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can see it now. He's like, yeah, I listened to Maleficent and I accidentally gave away a heart. And Sora's like, and you listened to her?
And you, I could totally see him saying that. Like, and you listened to her?
Wait.
Like I didn't know she was a bad guy. And I'm like, look at her.
It's like, look at her. Does she not look bad to you?
Yep.
You not see the devil horns? The long cloak?
And of
The
course, like
staff?
Donald would have to add something.
I got
Donald will have to add something snarky, and then Goofy's like, oh, well, don't be so mean on him.
Oh, don't be hard on the poor fella, guys.
It's not his fault. He's a total screw up.
Like, after all, I'm a total screw up, and you guys still love me, right, fellas?
And then it's like dot dot dot.
Mhm. Exactly.
Goofy, I don't think we have a choice. Oh my god, here it comes. This is why I love Kingdom Hearts games.
Looks like we're stuck.
This must be Maleficent's doing.
Do you or do you not have a key?
I mean, do you think he really knows how to use it though?
I don't think keys work on firewalls.
It's a magical key on a magical firewall. I assume it would work.
But, I mean, let's be honest. Do you think Ven is that smart to know how to work this?
Terra, he is. Ven, however,
I mean, Ventus is the only person in this game who holds his Keyblade in the other direction.
he literally, just look at him, literally holds his Keyblade backhand.
I mean, he's hitting you with the blunt side, because...
Listen, don't make fun of the special child.
Bruh. Spitting facts, though.
To be fair, they talk about Ventus in this game like he is that.
They do treat him like child. They
Like,
talk
he's-
him up
he's
like it,
the-
they treat him
he's
like
the
it.
special one.
So
I
excited.
got you these passes
Yeah.
to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
God. See, now, I just have to say, when I first watched a playthrough of this game, going through the cutscenes, I can't tell you how excited I was to see Maleficent's castle finally brought into a game.
True.
I'm so happy. It made me
And
so happy.
imagine you could have saw it in real life if Disney got their acts together.
I know!
That is a fever dream.
Now, I did read that they were working on the park and that they did one to add that 5th park, but I have no idea if it's still the same idea they had back in the 80s, maybe?
I mean, they really should do something with the villains, and I think this would be an amazing.
Well, I think the villains typically get the Halloween treatment, because a lot of them
I
come out
know.
on Halloween.
Yeah, I know. They do.
Was it Oogie's Bash Party or whatever it's called?
Yes.
Oh, true.
Yep.
For a second, I was like, why Oogie though? It's from Halloween now.
He's from the Halloween movie. You know, there's still a great debate about is the Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween film or a Christmas film. I'm like, let's be honest here. They're Halloween characters running around a Christmas village. What do you think?
Exactly.
It's a Halloween movie.
I tend to watch it during both times of the year. Like, I'll watch Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween, and I'll watch it around, like, Christmas time, because I think it applies to both. Kind of like people are like, is Die Hard an action movie or a Christmas film? And I'm like, look at how many times they say Merry Christmas or Christmas themes. It's a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. Die Hard is a Christmas.
You remember
This has a lot
Kyle
of
from college,
explosions.
right? Because he said it's a Christmas movie.
I think so, yeah.
It's actually more Christmassy than you think it is.
It is,
It's a
because he pointed out, I was
Christmas
like,
movie.
there's only one song about Halloween. Most of them are about Christmas. I'm like, yes, but
I'm like, no,
I don't
Halloween.
know about that one.
No, I still think no. The correct answer is they are both. And if you're
Yes.
triggered by that answer, deal with it.
Technically, also, they show the Easter Bunny, so you could also watch it around your
For 5 seconds, you can watch it. on
I
Easter.
know what I'm
5
watching.
seconds.
You know what? I know what I'm watching on Sunday.
Well, they ain't guarding
True.
nothing.
Said they ain't guarding nothing.
Attention!
Quack.
No sleeping on the job.
Okay, why does Ven have the good one-liners?
Bro, he's gonna come in there and boss them, boss them around like, bruv.
He's definitely got the hero spirit going on. What exactly are Maleficent's minions? Are they based off some kind of animal creature?
I mean, they're pigs, they're birds, they're goblin-looking things. I don't know if there are any distinctive references to them, but they're basically just meant to be ugly.
Well, they do their job.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say you could poke me?
I do think it's hilarious how Maleficent is often widely considered one of the smartest, most beloved Disney villains, and yet she has some of the most incompetent side characters.
Oh, definitely.
You know her, you know, so you hail.
No, I'm Bravo. I honestly thought enemies would be doing more damage to me than I thought. I'm not gonna jinx myself.
No.
I think
Maybe
Fenn's
Vengeance
stats
is
are more
just
balanced out than
surprising.
Terra, so that's probably why.
Alright, there you go. Ooh.
What?
He's like,
Cutscene?
okay, great.
Okay,
Nope. Where do I go now?
you commence fourth.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna look around here real quick.
I'll say you might want to check her.
Ooh, that her throne?
Yep.
Maleficent's throne.
Yep.
Ooh, I see a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So-
yeah, this room.
Oh, this puzzle.
I like the idea, the concept they went with this.
Right. No safe passage for you.
I just hate this room. It's always
Yeah.
just like,
What do I
no,
do?
look at the walls. It's like, this is such a wide open room, and it's like, no, it's not.
Ah, told you. It wouldn't be. It's not so bad right in the beginning, but then it gets to that point where there's like 2 or 3 different teleports at once, and you're like, where am I going?
Oh, I play enough Zelda games to figure those things out. you know, puzzles. Again, did I say you could poke me?
Nope. Anybody up for some roasted pork?
Allow me to start.
Well, that's chicken.
Same thing at the end.
That's turkey.
No, Max, that's a turkey.
I'm aware of what a turkey is, Dad. They had them every Thanksgiving. Well, I just figured you'd never seen one in real person. You know I do read books. Well, that's good. Builds character.
I imagine if Max Goof was ever
Bill's
brought into Kingdom Hearts, he would
character.
just roast Goofy so hard.
Oh my god. No, Goofy would embarrass.
Definitely, 100%.
Oh, Max? I always knew you could fit into that armor. You always look so skinny when you try to put it on. Stop!
Dad, stop! You're embarrassing me!
Meanwhile, Sora's in the background just like, wait, Goofy has a son?
Wait, have y'all ever seen? It was like a weird comic, and it wasn't. It was like on Tumblr, I think, not Twitter, but Tumblr back in the day on Tumblr, where what's that girl's name from Goofy?
Roxanne?
Yes. So somebody was like, I'm sorry, here, Sora. He's like trying to scratch at the wall. So yeah, no, somebody made a comic where they were like, Goofy was like, hey, how come your girlfriend looks kind of funny? And it's like, you know, she doesn't look like any of us around here. She goes like home crying, and then like, you see her parents are like Beast and Belle, and they're like, I told you should have waited before you turned back to you.
Oh! Ouch!
And I was like, well, that was a plot twist I wasn't expecting at the end of the comic.
To be fair, her dad is ugly as hell in the Goofy movie.
Yes,
Yeah. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, her dad's the Beast. But they had her before
Daddy,
he turned back.
that's just my friend from school. Go on, good daddy. Like, what?
That is actually what is in the movie.
Yes.
It makes me wonder, like, look, he's on his, like, 30-day anger management pill, like, I need him to keep him out of jail. Well, not pill, but his token. This is a 30-day token.
He's on to something.
Like, you sure he's a resident and not, like, an experiment? Sure that's not Julius?
Well, I just always like the picture, like the end of the Goofy movie. Goofy's still stuck in the top part in the awning of Roxanne's porch.
Oh, yeah.
Guy just comes out. What the hell? Oh, I can fix that.
Oh, I can fix that. But by the way, I'm Goofy. This
Oh, I
is
should
my
be like,
son
I'll pay
Max.
for that.
He's
Yeah.
I'll be
daddy.
like, I'll pay for that, too. Yo, Goofy wouldn't mess with me. He's just like, who's this dude on my lawn? Did they celebrate their 30th anniversary? It's like, there's something they celebrate today with a Goofy movie, too.
Is there?
Yeah, I saw something. Is that the 30th or their... something?
I don't think so, because Goofy movie came out in '94.
Oh, okay, maybe they're about to celebrate the 30th then.
It has to be, yeah, coming up.
Goofy movie's 30 years old, oh my god.
I know.
I know. I feel old now.
That's probably where my wrist's been hurting. I'm just like, oh, my wrist hurts, ow, my knee hurts, ow, my back.
My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
Thank you, Stephen Hay. Okay. There was another way I could go in. So it's getting a little more trippy. Just a little. Level 4 dodge roll.
I mean, the really crazy thing they can do is, first of all, okay, I think at this point it'd be crazy enough if they put Max in a Kingdom Hearts game, but then it'd be like, since we're here, we're gonna tell who's Max's mom. It's just like,
If they ever do that, I will lose it. Like,
I am not emotionally ready for that, like in the slightst bit. And then again, I'm still reeling over how the hell did Kingdom Hearts 3 have a better sequel to Monsters Inc. than Monsters Inc. did?
because Monsters University was a prequel, not a sequel.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I mean. It's like, how? How did you do this? How did you manage to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what I gotta steal.
That should do it.
Well
Now, why
done,
can you-
Sora. I mean,
Now,
Zen.
why couldn't you do that before?
Exactly.
Wait a minute. Did you say Sora?
Don't you remember? We've met before.
We have?
Why, of course, you said so yourself. Once upon a dream.
Oh,
I never thought I would meet you. Outside of my dreams, that is.
Who are you? What's your name?
Oh, my name? Why, it's... Oh no, I can't. Goodbye.
I must see you.
I don't know. Maybe someday.
When? Tomorrow?
Oh no. This evening. At the cottage. In the glen.
very specific.
That's the most awkward conversation I've ever listened
I
to.
know. I mean, but to be fair, that's how it went in the
What was
movie.
that?
So
I know. Just hearing it again.
Memory. She must have gotten her heart back.
So her dream came true.
Yes, not long ago. Dreams are very strong beliefs. Aurora's led her to her true love.
I see you hold strong beliefs too, don't you, dear?
please
Yep.
enlighten us.
You also have a strong light.
All right, hurry. We can't stay here.
Thank you, Merryweather.
Voice of reason. Thank you, Merryweather.
No, I love her.
We got the heart. Let's go before the evil fairy comes after us.
Fairies are so good. They're such good characters.
That's a tough question.
I've been saying it for years. So if we're
Favorite
being asked,
That is a tough question.
favorite Disney couples.
If I went off my favorite Disney movie growing up, it'd be Aladdin. So I'd probably go with Aladdin and Jasmine.
I'm still a sucker for Bella and
Yeah, a
Beast.
lot of people probably go for Belle and Beast.
Bella
That
and
is a
Beast
good one.
and Adam. Yeah. Ooh.
Then
I
there's
like
also
Tiana and-
Ariel
I
and
like Tiana and Devine a lot too.
There's also
You like her-
Ariel and Prince Eric, though.
Yep.
I would go with Hercules. I like the sassiness, and I just kind of like the good-hearted nature. It's just amusing.
Yep. Well, I mean, to be fair, Meg's song is very relatable. For a
It
lot.
is.
Her song is catchy. I do like that one.
It's catchy and relatable.
It's a
It
bop.
is.
It
It is a bop. You do know they're gonna make a live. I did mention this last year. They're gonna make a live action
Yeah.
one. I really want to know who
like,
they're gonna
who's
have
gonna
to
be
use
fun?
this.
I know.
And
Well,
with
they're
Danny
already.
DeVito and James Woods.
If they don't have, I mean, I don't even listen to Lizzo music, but I can imagine Lizzo as one of the music. Can you imagine?
I could see it. Yeah.
I really think Lizzo could be one of the muses. I would find that like literally you have the main one, like the one in that's the narrator. You could totally see that as Beyonce, maybe. Like that would probably be Beyonce. You'll have like one of the other ones as Lizzo, and then I have to think of like two more female singers.
Sorry, Beyonce was already Nala in the Lion King remake.
I mean,
We don't tell. We don't. Shh.
I know, we don't speak of that.
We don't. What Lion King remake? There is no Lion. There's.
You're right.
I am used to the Force on you. There is no Lion King remake.
There's no Lion King remake.
You're gonna go home and rethink your life.
Hey, Haps.
Oh, what is this? What? I feel you. Where are you? I feel you from my legs. I don't see you. Oh, hi.
I
can
smell
feel
some
his
kitty
fur.
love happening.
I can feel his fur, and I kept looking down. I'm like, I don't know where he is. Like, am I imagining it? Like,
It's like, is something touching me, or am I imagining it?
You didn't step on him, did you?
no. He was just rubbing it. He was rubbing against me, or he was wandering around my blanket, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, because sometimes I think it's him, and then I find out it's really just like a mug.
It's just a mug. Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. Cats are pests.
You're the cat owners. I can't confirm or deny that.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm sorry, he just said something cute.
Oh, yes.
I asked him, was he gonna take a nappy nap, and then he did the soft meow, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah, do one of those. Yeah, he literally sat down and then laid down, and now he's in a sleep pose, and I'm just like.
Ooh.
Sometimes I wish I can understand what a cat says. Not all the time, because then I'll probably be annoyed. Like, shut up.
Sometimes I want to know what my cat is saying, and half the time I don't.
For like a day. I would at least like to know for like a day. Like,
He
what?
sits at the top of my stairs crying, and I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah, that's me during the workday. Like, I'll be in the middle of streaming, and I hear me out. I'm like, what? What is it? What? What do you want? I'm in the middle of the boss fight. What do you want? Oh my goodness. And it has to be projected at the human because cats don't meow to other cats. They meow to you.
Yep.
That's true.
Someone has released Aurora's heart. Tell me, child, was it you?
No, it was your mom.
Maleficent?
Only because you stole it.
Oh darn, you're not as stupid as the last one.
Nope.
A keyblade? You must be Ventus.
Huh? How do you know about me and the Keyblade?
My powers ensure I'd know of the key to bringing me hearts. Terra gave me a demonstration.
You mean when you manipulated him?
He was here?
Why, yes. In fact, it was he who stole Princess Aurora's heart.
That's a lie!
No, we played the
I was
game.
asked to leave you unharmed, but it seems I have no choice.
You still have a choice.
Did those fairies really just dip?
No. The witch who cast it and
Oh,
manipulated
team up with
it.
the fairies to defeat Maleficent. Okay.
I don't know why during that scene I feel like Ventus would totally be like, just let Terra go, give him back his heart. Like, I really feel like that would be something they would have said as a callback to the first game with Riku. It would have been a perfect callback.
That's pretty funny.
Someone's a little sleepy. Never mind, she woke
Yeah,
up.
there's a few lines that they should have done as a good callback, and they don't do it. It's very disappointing.
Hey, call me Gerald, because I'm Hunter Witch.
Just a going to you wicked.
All who dare my command to break really shall never wait.
For real though, I want to know what the actress that does Maleficent's voice thinks of it, because her character's kind of significant in this franchise, sort of. You know, they sort of forced her back.
Yeah, it's funny enough.
Bad.
It was funny. That's the same woman does Wanda in the Fairly Odd Parents. She does Maleficent in the games.
You could
Well, I
actually
just want to know what
it.
she thinks of Kingdom Hearts plot. She's like, what is going on?
Well, my girl's getting attention.
She's like, look, I get paid for this. I'll say whatever line you need to say.
Oh wait, are you beating Maleficent with Firestorm? That's actually hilarious.
I know. Fight fire with fire, am I right?
Nope.
You want to sleep? I'll put you to sleep. Both
Actually, what's
literally
really
and
funny
figuratively.
this area is actually the same room you fight in Melody of Memories. She's actually like a music boss fight. And she'll literally do the same thing, and you just literally have them running around doing cartwheels while you're playing the music.
Still need to play that game.
How many L's you gotta take, Maleficent?
There's
How
no
many
way
L's?
Tara would hurt somebody like that.
You don't believe me? That's unfortunate, for he agreed so easily.
He did?
Ben, don't be fooled.
Thank you.
Aqua!
Where'd you come from? Also, hi, Aqua.
Tara would never do that. You know that as well as I do.
But are you really Aqua?
The truth can be most cruel, even amongst the closest of friends. After all, one never knows the secrets of another's heart. I'm sure you'll agree, Ventus. Aqua.
The master said.
Good comeback.
Like we have nothing else to say.
Let's go home.
But Tara...
Tara's not ready to leave yet.
Like right now, he's leaving you behind. And by the time you catch up, he'll be a different person.
Sorry, Aqua. But... I can't go with you.
What?
It's just... I have to find him before it's too late.
Ben!
Bye, Mom.
Emotional damage!
She's like, why are none of these child's children
Where are you?
listening to me?
To be fair, you show up in the middle of an evil witch's lair and just like, stop what you're doing, let's go home. I'm like, no!
It's like, nah, it's just getting good.
If I was Aqua, I would have been like, listen, you're going home now. Like, she's the master. I will just pull him by his ear. Pull him by the ear and be like, no, you're going home.
Oh, I totally would. I'd be like, okay, I asked once. I asked nicely. I'm just dragging you home now.
Maleficent's like, you dare think you can leave? Yeah, honey, I'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute.
It's like, give us a minute. We're having a conversation over here.
Devin, the scene from Ruby. We're in the middle of a fight, and we're in the middle of a team conversation. What don't you get about that?
John, I think he means we're all in the middle of a fight.
What? Oh.
Nora, hit him with the hammer.
Got it. Oh, God. Where are my tissues?
Okay, let's give that one a little try. We've encountered said boy in the mask. Let us see where he's gone off to.
I'm trying so hard not to cough on stream. I'm still coming. I'm still congested from the sickness I had last
If we don't get
Where's he
keyblade
hiding?
modifications where we can write on them, I'm gonna be disappointed in 4.
All right.
week. He's like, who
What
says
did
I'm
you read
hiding?
about Tara being a different person?
Exactly what I said, idiot. The Tara you know will be gone forever.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Stupid or true?
At least it's
Keyblade.
That's a cool looking keyblade, not gonna lie.
oh, Chaos Gear.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see what you're made of.
And that was the moment I fell in love with Munitas. I was like, bro, this guy's gonna kick my butt. Like, he was literally, I was like, I didn't want to fight him. I was like, I was gonna kick my butt. He's so he's just such an intimidating, like, boss fight. Like, even though he's really not that hard here, he's just so intimidating.
What was that supposed to happen?
Yes.
What is going on here?
Yes. Literally, that's how it's supposed to be. You get your butt kicked so bad, you die in one hit.
God.
That was quick.
You are worthless.
You won't catch these
I'd be
hands.
going against the master's orders, but so what? As far as I'm concerned, your job here is done.
He's just like, yeah, I know what my master told me.
I do like how it reflects on his helmet, though.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
You're safe.
What?
What was that voice?
Huh?
This is like Mousefella.
You know, I wasn't hurt. I was just really embarrassed.
Tell me where you got that. Keyblades are not something you use just to bully somebody around.
That's right. I think
show ya.
this is what the new Mickey's voice actually.
Wait a minute.
Oh, and get ready, Mickey!
Not somebody to bully somebody around. Here, I'm gonna demonstrate that by kicking your ass!
Like, this is kind of contradictory to what you just said, Mickey. But I'm not complaining.
Oh my god.
Okay, but I am kind of curious. I would like to see a one-on-one between Vanitas and Mickey. That would be interesting.
It would be dope. Yeah, that would be sick. I still think the leaders would win, but like, man.
Because he's technically not Kingdom Hearts 2 Mickey yet. Like, I think he's technically still in training.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But if he was Kingdom Hearts 2 Mickey, where he's like, they'll take
he'd go Yoda on.
Like, he will go Yoda.
I was gonna say, I just love the idea that it's like, because this was carried over from the Japanese, right? From the Japanese version of the game, where like, it's an in-joke that like, oh, they kept the same voice actor for Ben, so like, let's just make Sora's voice actor a villain.
I know.
And, God, Haley Joel Osment is so good.
Dude, Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment, you know this man was...
Yeah, like, they probably were like, hey, we're bringing you back from Kingdom Hearts, you're not playing as Sora. They're like, really? They're like, you're kind of playing as Sora.
You're playing as evil Sora. I like it.
Like, an evil Sora. You know he had fun playing Vanitas.
You just gonna knock all that stuff down off my desk? Really?
Hey, don't bully the mouse after he just told you not to bully people.
Uh-oh. Sora's over there being bad. Are you sure that's not Vanitas in your room?
Are you... No, what he did was really just knocked a bunch of stuff off my thing, and then took a seat there. He's like, I'm gonna move this, and then I'm gonna lay down right here. On the area I knocked off.
Well, today's the first day I had to put my, my sink thing back. I have a container like for the sink, you know, to stop stuff from going down in the drain, and I had to take it out for a while because Tintin kept knocking it out of there.
Where's the baby? No. I like they referenced this move to Chain of Memories.
Yeah. Oh, you can. Just gotta have a little thing. Well, I could really use a key right now. Which kind? Well, let's see. I got a car key,
piano key, skeleton key, key to the city, key hole, key line pie, key to my heart, Florida keys, high key, low key, on key, off key, okie dokie, artichoke, Don Quixote.
Oh,
that's a stretch. Get rid of that one. Spanky, Spanky, Hazy, Monkey, Donkey, Parakeet, and get ready, Mickey!
That accomplished absolutely nothing!
Well, I would just use the spare key.
Oh my god.
You ever see that other clip? They're like, it's somebody. Who? It's like somebody.
Oh.
Nobody's here. You're nobody. We're not nobodies. And it was like Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell.
Yeah. That was the title of the video too.
Oh my god, I love that. I'm so mad they don't have this on Disney Plus.
So close! So close!
Run this back.
You know what? We're gonna do it again.
I can kick your ass again.
I'll kick it as many times as I need to.
As long as you find one of them. I will kick you as many times as I can.
I still can't. I will never. Every time you say it, we're gonna run it back. I just hope that will bar Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like, hey, you beat the boss fight, but you didn't get finals. You know what? You can do it again. And you turned off your console to unsave.
That was really funny. That was really funny.
What the is? That wasn't even how I was able to get Final Form later anyway. I was like, oh. I wasted all that time for nothing.
I'm like, I've never seen anyone like.
Absolutely nothing.
I've never seen anyone legit just like, you know what, I'm gonna just do that boss fight again because I didn't get what I wanted.
That was so unexpected. That's why I started cracking up. I was like, is this man really doing it again after he just succeeded?
That's just me. I do unexpected stuff like that.
The way you said it too, which added to it.
I really can't. Bro, I can't say anything now. I literally got triggered in the last stream over a damn line of dialogue.
You're still on that?
Oh, it was one of the dwarves.
There's a castle beyond the forest. I mean, forest.
I mean, the forest. It was just,
that is prime time.
it was so dumb. It was
Prime
so
time
stupid.
writing.
I was just so upset.
See ya.
Well, that's cute. You know you can hit harder. Let me not give him any ideas.
I wonder why they made him sound gruntier in 3 though. Like, cause he sounds fine here, but in 3 it just sounds like he's like doing my Batman voice. It's like, why are you doing your Batman voice?
Yeah,
like, what are
he
you
really
doing?
did in 3. I gotta agree.
I don't know if they did that to like just make it more distinguishable now that older, like a modern Sora was there, because you only have Kid Sora in here. So that's what I'm thinking. They're just like, you sound too much like older Sora. Like you need to sound like.
I said guard.
I thought you blocked that.
I said block.
He was blocking.
It must have been a frame. You might have been like a frame too late, like literally like a half a frame too late.
He was literally blocking that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have been a frame too late there.
Might have been just a frame too late. Alright.
Either way, that's an oof.
Oof.
No, it's
Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed.
Alright. Just don't do anything, just get smacked till Mickey comes.
it's the only I can survive until Mickey shows up.
Oh, shit.
No, you usually just get hit.
Gotcha. Too slow.
Wait, how did you die the first time around so quickly though?
I think he may have almost one-shotted me.
No, it was literally the same thing that happened. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know what happened, because last time it went by really quickly.
Yeah, those freaking fireball things he had.
Or maybe you got to point into his health bar that it automatically went into triggered a cutscene. I don't know, that's weird.
Maybe so.
Too slow. Too slow.
Who's too slow?
Gotcha.
Mom.
That's besides the
To be
point.
sure, technically they would share the same mother, quote unquote.
If they had a mother.
Ooh, like, this is where I'll put my pride and joy if I had one.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think you just have, I think either it's like a timer or you have to get to the...
Now the real fight.
They're just like, you can't fight Benitez alone because he will kick your butt, so therefore we're giving you help.
John Cena shows up like, are you sure about that?
Yep. What's up, bro?
Too slow.
Look at me, I'm just trying to figure out why you're staring at a wall so empty.
Too slow. Gotcha.
He's just staring at a wall and I'm like, is there something on the wall? Like, what
He's
is...
admiring this wall.
Oh, you know, cats see ghosts. They just don't like to tell you that that's what they're doing.
No, I don't... Well, he's looking at me, but basically he was looking at the pile of plushies that I have, and one of them is my Sora and Kyrie plushie, but the biggest of them all is my plushie from Hades. So he probably was like, what's this, like, big head?
Yep.
Kick your butt now, Benitez. What you gonna say?
Too slow.
Stop saying too slow! Oh my god! He's like,
Saying too slow. I'm like, are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Oh wait, that move's so predictable.
Actually, it's probably how I beat him so easily in 3, like, in the story mode version. Because he keeps using that, like, freeze frame, and I'm like, bro, I know you're coming up from the top.
Exactly,
Like, your other, like,
keep doing the
you're
same
predictable.
thing. You're
He's a very predictable fight. He's just annoying. He went next.
It would be hilarious. Final blow.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
What was you were just you're right. I was like, what was that, Bo?
Well, you know,
Huh. You win. Consider yourself
thanks, I already know.
probation.
You're a probation.
Probation? For what?
That's a good question.
Thanks for before. I owe you. The
Probation
name's Ventus. What's yours?
I'm Mickey.
I see you've got a keyblade.
Yup. I've been
Oh,
training
that's
under
right. Now I
great
remember for my
young
cat to
Sid.
talk to me. Yeah, this is, I think, the
He found
new
out the worlds are in trouble, and I sort
voice
of took
actor
off
for
without
Mickey.
telling him.
Ah.
Because I think the other one,
Well,
either
that makes both of us.
this is the last role or it's the new one. I can't remember.
All I have to do is think it, and the star shard will take me anywhere I want to go. At least I thought it would. I haven't quite got the fine points down like when.
Still in
or
beta.
where. It just kind of kicks in whenever it wants to.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have met you if it hadn't brought me here.
No, I think this is the last role. Yeah.
You know,
I think
it
the role
might
changes
not
in
be an
Dream Drop.
accident. Maybe it starts working
Hmm.
because it's reacting to something. Hmm?
For example.
Okay, bye.
Oh.
Just float in there.
What's happening floating here?
Floating on by.
Hi, Jump.
Yay.
Yay. Forge D-Link with Mickey. Cool. Radiant Garden.
I do at least, the one thing I do appreciate with the gummy missions or gummy ship in 3, because at first I wasn't really a fan of how the gummy ship was in 3. Like, I liked how the auto do, and 1 is just kind of just clunky.
Yeah.
But in 3, I do appreciate that the size of your gummy ship, you like proportionally, like when you go up to a world, it looks much larger than what your gummy ship is. Like,
Good
compared
point
to like the older games, it's just like they look like the gummy ship and the world are the same, and it's just like, okay, this at least looks like a planet.
Right. No,
Oh, yeah.
you're right. There's a sense of scale to it.
Yes.
The scale.
Because I remember, I think when you get to, I'm trying to remember which world, it might have been San Francisco, I don't know what world it was, but I remember just going up to the icon for the planet. I was like, this is kind of huge. Like, this is pretty big.
I still think the funniest one in that game for me was I was trying to find the. For some reason, I wanted to do the Frozen world first before I did the Monsters Inc. world, and I was like, "Oh, I found it! It's the completely wrong world." And as it turned out, the Monsters Inc. world was way better than the Frozen world, so I was like, "Never mind."
Yep, it's like, no, not
Wait,
complaining.
did you ever hear the theory about the Frozen World in 3?
Yeah, we talked about in Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's
Disney's
right, yeah, I think we did.
massive interference. It's very noticeable.
I would have completely wanted a Elsa boss fight as Squirrel. Like, that would have made so much sense.
It was supposed to. Well,
Wait.
And they were like,
Oh,
and at the last minute, they're like, yeah, let's just make it Hans for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
kind of like what they did with Hans in the actual movie.
yes. Because it would have made like literally, as much as people kind of get annoyed with Frozen, like the way they scripted Frozen in Kingdom Hearts 3 would have been perfect for Elsa to be a boss fight because she couldn't really figure she was like.
I am
literally
110% sure that's what they were building up.
Yeah, it would have been because why? With Larxene, whose powers are thunder, can magically make an ice castle out of nowhere. Like the castle you explore should have probably been Elsa's castle because you can glitch. Because the actual castle you see, you can glitch into it, and some of the platforms are similar.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically took the playable part and moved it to a different section of the map.
Oh yeah.
And but they kept like the physical object there, but they're like, yeah, you technically can't enter this. We put a blockade on it, so you can't physically enter it unless you glitch into the game.
Nope. We have to have the entire sequence of Let It Go.
That too, and they probably
That was
added that because they were running out of
straight up
options.
Disney. You know, Square Enix would
Disney-
never put that whole song in there. They wouldn't even put the song in there at all.
No, Disney interfered because they were probably already making 2, and they're like, look, we can't have a popular game, make Elsa the bad guy, we're not gonna have her fight. Don't make her the bad guy, we already made the decision.
To be fair,
So-
she's originally a bad guy in the original.
Yeah, in the original, when they called it Snow Queen?
Yeah,
I think
the
it originally was called
Snow
Snow Queen. They've done that a few times. They've changed the name of titles because, what was it? The Great Mouse Detective used to be, was it the Detective on Baker Street? Or the Mouse on whatever it was. Or something's on the Baker Street.
Right.
I think Brave used to be the girl in the bow. Tangled used to be called Rapunzel, and then they changed it. And then there was, and then obviously, Frozen used to be called Snow Queen. Mostly because they were like, we got the guys' audience here, so we know the girls are gonna go see it, but we need to get like the guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, theirs are gonna want to see a movie called Rapunzel. So yeah, so it's all basically marketing strategy. That's all that was.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, but to be fair though, Disney has not done a very good job when they try to
They really
market to
haven't.
guys. I mean, let's see, Sword of the Stone bombed. Treasure
Give him Big
Planet
Hero 6 though.
bombed.
That's a guy's movie right there.
That's based off previous context though, because it's based off of Marvel comics.
Yeah.
If you talk about like quote unquote original content, like Sword in the Stone didn't do very well. Treasure Planet bombed. Atlantis bombed.
They had Jungle Book.
Back in the 60s,
What year are we talking about?
the original Jungle Book, that was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
That was one of the last movies Walt Disney ever worked on, and they knew when he was coming because he would get his way up the steps. That's the quote unquote joke people say. They're like, oh, Mr. Disney's in here, and you just hear because he was smoking a lot. Yeah, but they knew when he was coming. So all you hear is, dude, like, are you okay? Like your throat. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be smoking, sir.
No, it's fine. I'm only dying.
I'm only
He's
dying.
gonna say, I'm
Totally
totally
fine,
fine. I'm fine. It's like, it's just a scratch.
It's just a scratch.
It's only it's but a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. Nothing serious here.
It's like, sir, you're on your deathbed. You're like, oh, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, no, that was the last movie he ever worked on, and then they essentially just gave up, I think, on like half his ideas. Because that's when a lot of stuff started to change, and his brother's like, I guess we'll do this, because I have to, and then he died, and it's like, okay, what do we do? Like, both of the brothers are gone now, what happens next?
To be fair, I remember reading they had an idea to do an adaptation for The Emperor and the Nightingale, but that never happened.
Yeah, there's a few projects they wanted to do and then canceled, like I think what was Emperor's New Groove would have been 100%, at least 70% different if they went with the original. I think it was originally called like Empire Under the Sun,
Mm-hmm.
or something. But there was like was it Sting? Who was supposed to do the music for it?
Yeah, I believe it.
It's either Sting or the guy from YouTube. Unless it's the same person.
Oh God,
No, Bono. No, I think it might have been Sting. So yeah, so no, Kingdom. That's what it was. Kingdom
Video
under the
gaming. Sup, protagonist N? Glad you could drop in, buddy.
Yeah, no, there was like a lot of controversy before when they made the original group, and they just essentially just trashed the movie and then just rewrote it. They're like,
Hold
okay,
on.
we're just gonna.
Can you guys look at the text on the screen real quick?
Stop.
And this is why I can't progress forward. It's locked tight.
Sir, look at your hand.
Look at my hand. Do you see? What is in your hand?
Hold on,
What is in your
scroll
hand?
up. Is there a keyhole though, or is it just locked?
It's just
just
no
locked.
keyhole. It's just locked.
If I can make a hole, if I can create a hole, I'll just find another one.
Got Resident Evil 4 remake, and I'm watching stream. Ah, that's right. You did tell me about that. Yeah, that game's popping off. People said that's a really good remake.
Wait, was Resident Evil the game? Not 4 specifically, but was that the game you were screaming your ass off though?
No.
That one clip.
No, that was from 2.
Oh no, yeah. Like I knew it was one of the Resident Evil games, and you're just like,
oh yeah.
I'm going to jail.
You literally screamed like something startled you, and then you screamed like bloody murder. And
I remember that.
Yes, I was so distracted by my friend playing this clip, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'm going to jail. And then all of a sudden, a liquor pops out right on top of me, and I just went. Ah!
That scream was hilarious. It's like I've never heard him scream like that. It was wildly amusing.
It was funny.
He legitimately was like, "Oh my god, what did you just wrote it?"
Put that in our chat. I forget if I did.
Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah, no, that scream was hilarious.
I wish we could make that a soundbite, but I don't think he'd like that.
What?
To
Nothing.
make it a soundbite.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Are you gonna get me in trouble?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying it makes good content. Please don't cancel me.
The boss is canceled.
No, I don't want to be canceled. I wish to be uncanceled.
I mean, to be fair, I had a similar scream in playing Last of Us Part 2, and I was in the basement, and that big old thing came out. And just like screaming my head off, and I'm just like, run! Like, I don't know where I'm going, just keep running.
Alright, wait, I'm sorry. Do you mean this one?
Yes!
Yes, that was so great.
Oh my gosh. Thank God my character actually had a spare knife so that I didn't die right there, because that would have made me upset.
Oh my god.
My favorite part is you can hear my PlayStation friends asking me, "Are you good?" That'd be funny.
That's funny.
In a group chat.
See, it's like that is quality content right there.
I'm going to jail. I was saying, y'all should watch the rest of it, because like there's a couple of other moments in there where I'm like, oh no.
I just went honestly.
I mean, sometimes some of the best reactions are like the most genuine one, where you're just not expecting anything.
I wish I was. If that was the case, I wish I was recording myself when I played Resident Evil 8 the first time. There's one particular part of the game that is really scary, like actually creepy above all else in the game. And some shit came around the corner at me, and the words out of my mouth were, "Oh hell no!" I turned and ran the other way.
Oh, I do that all the time. In fact, Somebody actually came up in chat because I did that one time. It was something I didn't know when I was streaming in no chat, and like, I guess they were like lurking for a little bit, and then I see something. I can't remember which game it was. Hell no! And they're like, "Oh, you black, aren't you?" I was like, I read the person in chat. Yes, but that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Was it rude, or were they just spitting facts?
It was just amusing. But I was like, hell no.
Oh, wait, I was trying to hide from Mr. X in this clip. X gonna give it to you.
Hold on. The castle is presently closed.
Bro, they barely get any lines anymore.
He's a friend of mine.
We aren't aware of any visitors. Now run along home, boy, before the monsters get you.
I could have sworn it was him. Huh?
Oh, hello.
They're here.
Radiant Garden shall not fall under the likes of you.
Well, since
British accent for some reason.
Leave this to me.
Stop! But you're just a child.
Hey, man. Make up your damn minds what you want.
Will defend the castle if you two go skipping off.
But that boy.
Never you worry about
Not a
him.
creepy smile.
He's a special case.
You don't even know him.
Evan is right.
He doesn't even go here.
Gordon Carver come first.
She doesn't even go here.
The boy will have to fend for himself.
Which reminds me, his lordship was asking for you.
Like, which door did he come out of? Because that thing looks shut tight.
A heart
I know.
devoid of darkness.
Oh, Lord.
Stripped clean of it at that. Very questionable.
Bro, please stop smiling like that.
Bro, your whole existence is questionable.
See, it's so hard to listen to Vexen because what is his voice actor? Derek Stephen Prince. I just so used to hearing him in like Digimon, and it's just like, stop, please. All I hear is just Digimon. Because he's Ken.
Wait, remind me, who does he do in Digimon again?
He's Ken, and then I think yes, he is in Bleach. He's Uryu, I think. The Quincy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot of roles. But I think he's a Ken. I believe he's Vmon, and he's also Devimon.
Right.
Yeah, he does a lot of roles. But he's definitely in Bleach, he's definitely in Digimon, and I cannot listen to Vexen without being like, dude, it's just evil Ken! That's what I'm hearing, it's just evil Ken!
But wait a minute, Ken is evil, so it's just Ken.
He's evil for like half the series, and then he gets better.
Bro, who is attacking you from the back? Nah.
I know.
We ain't doing this.
Slant-looking unversed thing.
He did get censorship though, because apparently in the international, a gun was pointed at him, and in the U.S. version, it's a blank hand, but there's clearly looks like there's supposed to be a gun there.
I know. It's the Pokemon 4 Kids thing all over again.
Yep. Thank you, 4 Kids.
Well, I think this came out long before 4 Kids, but yes.
Alright, these two need to go. Nah.
Yeah,
Alright,
these two get
nah.
on my nerves.
Nah, you need to go. Nah. No. Absolutely not. Stop that.
Get ready, Mickey.
I want to this. You're doing great.
Oh, 2 more at the bottom.
I just hate how they're just mapped out along.
They're like
these
ninjas.
paths. They really are.
Mickey, you sure you should be saying that phrase? I dare Tony to sue me. I dare him to try it.
What you gonna do about that, Pan?
It's a pan.
What you gonna do? Bootleg me?
Bootleg me.
what was that thing I posted in chat? What was it? It's like take out Peter Pan and the two of them fighting.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
That was.
Like let me get these hands.
To be fair, he deserves it.
Oh, totally.
Woo! Excuse me.
He's like, I'm
There's a time bomb over here.
rolling. Keep rolling.
Sometimes you just keep on rolling.
Where's it? You know what? Where's the prince? He's probably.
What's a prince?
It was a Katamari Damacy reference.
Ah.
That's what he's called, the prince.
Oh.
And he just rolls a Katamari. That game was weird. If you ever want to play like straight up weird Japanese game, Katamari Damacy is one of them. Like essentially and this is the plot, is basically the King of Cosmos got way too drunk and essentially broke the universe, and it's up to you, the prince, to put the universe back together by collecting random stuff. So
You don't break kids. You don't break kids.
So you have to put random stuff back together to recreate the planets and random other stuff. And sometimes you roll up your cousins, because your cousins run up on Earth for odd reason, but yeah. It is...
Okay, launch one more thing at me. I'm peeling off every one of those petals.
Oh, to the left. Yeah, I don't think you can use that when they're under the ground.
Wait, I'm poisoned too? Bruh.
Yep.
You gotta go. I gotta cancel your existence.
He put poison and he put confusion on you.
Yep, your future's canceled.
Like, can you not? Oh, behind you. Oh, whatever.
Sleep forever.
Can you stop shuriken me, please?
Can you not shirken me? Seriously, can you not? Really, can you not?
Can you not?
Oh, you golly wobbler.
God, I'm gonna have to go through some of these old things I did like this. Oh, God.
Binding strike. Yeah.
This is
Well, that's why I didn't equip. I need magnet and arrow.
Yes.
That's the way to take these guys out.
Yes.
Totally forgot. Okay, can y'all like despawn for like a second?
Like now? Can you like go away?
Wait, they're actually following me. Alright, screw this. They actually
I'm just
follow.
like, bro, just like leave.
Here, Ventus.
Like at that point, just like leave the area.
Unironically, I was about to. I just did. Actually, what am I saying?
He just leaves the world. He's like, nope.
No, just reset the game.
Diamond dust.
Not a reference to Final Fantasy, but 100% reference to Final Fantasy. If man, give us at least Ifrit. Can we at least summon Ifrit, please? Like, you have to be Disney.
A version of Ifrit in Kingdom Hearts. Actually, I'd be down for that.
Like,
some Final Fantasy summons with their own versions in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, like, I mean, we can get it, what was it? Just give us the cartoon Ifrit from World of Final.
Yeah.
He would work perfectly.
Ifrit, Shiva, Bahamut.
Yeah, just literally give us a...
Yeah, I can make it work.
Ooh, that would have been interesting. Somebody's like, what if Sora changed his clothes in every single world instead of just with Somebody posted this on one chat.
That takes a lot of designing, creativity, though.
Yeah, a lot of coding.
A lot of coding.
Hang on.
Like,
I'll post it in the chat so you guys can see
this
it.
world.
But yeah, I was like, you know, that would be kind of
Are you trying to bounce like a basketball? So 36 points.
Oh, let me see what the final score was for today.
I think sleep should just be changed to ballin'. Kingdom Hearts ballin'.
Actually, those designs are not bad.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. What? We scored over 100 points. Ballin'. Wait, did anyone actually individually score 36 points? That's funny.
That's whatever.
Disappointment. No one actually legitimately scored their own 36 points. I am disappointed. We are not Malden today.
You're not Malden, folks. You heard it here.
You may have won as a team, but you are not good enough to be on your own. Ow. Sora, did you sleep? Are you sleepy? Okay, good.
Big sleepy baby.
He's a sleepy baby. He's a babwa. He's a sleepy babwa. And until he like comes after to kill me. Yeah, he almost suffocated me one time.
How?
He's like, I was sleeping and he's like, I wanna cuddle. Let's cuddle. And then he proceeds to like sleep on part of my neck. And I'm just like, I'm like, you're gonna crush my windpipe.
I like my windpipe where it is, or can you not crush it?
Yeah, so
Right.
I think he was trying to sleep next to my head, but like his butt was on my neck. And it's like,
I was gonna say something really messed up, but I'd rather not say it on stream.
No, it wouldn't be the first time his butt has faced me when I was sleeping. Like I've had a few mornings where I would wake up and he's butt face forward in my face, and I'm like, well, good morning to you too, your rudeliness.
How dare you? Back off, you fiend.
Uncle Scrooge.
I heard Japanese somewhere.
Yes.
Look out!
Sorry. I was hoping it was quiet enough, but
I heard "Ikitakimasu," and I was like,
it's just me quietly in the background.
I even get a chance to repair you.
I was like, I hear somebody learning Japanese.
Just hold your horses. I didn't mean the fortune. Maybe a wee bit of gold or a small token of...
He's like,
I know. I've just the thing in my hat. Come here.
No, you're crazy. Put the sus sign up.
Tell me lies.
Ah, I missed that shit with the sus sign
Another
up.
world, didn't you?
Sus.
Don't worry. My bill is sealed. Your secret's safe with me.
Nah, that's so sus.
You see, 'tis the same.
Like, he even looks sus.
I asked a wizard named Merlin to bring me here from another world. After all, adventure is the mother of industry, eh? Eh?
Great. That all?
Here, these are lifetime passes to Disney Town. You'll have buckets of fun there. Or my name is not Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
There you are. Enough for you and 2 grown-ups.
The grown-ups. You know what? I bet that's what the actual Disney annual pass cards look like.
Probably is.
Pretty sure that's what they were.
Like, they're like, look, I got you some Disney World annual passes.
But how did the duck disappear so quick? Wait, what?
Ducks can fly. I'm sure he just flew.
But like, you don't hear the whoosh?
Ain't no whoosh here.
I like how pre-Kingdom Hearts 1 events, or at least pre-Kingdom Hearts, halfway through Kingdom Hearts 1 events, everyone's so sick. We gotta protect the world border. We're not supposed to tell people we're from another world. And then they just break the rules.
I think we talked about that last stream too. It's like
They just keep breaking the rules. They're just like, we're supposed to protect the world order.
Everyone was so it's like, you cannot break the world order. And what do they do?
Yeah, look.
Pretty much.
Wait, what? Wait, is this the title of a new anime? What? It's like, oops, I accidentally killed humanity's hope. What?
Oh.
What is it called?
No humanity left in them, is there?
Hang it all! Can't I get a moment's peace?
Mister, get inside. It's not safe out here.
Oh, ordering me about. Now that's unsafe. After all, I'm Merlin, the wizard.
That is a very Slytherin thing to say.
Another scamp looking to wake the powers inside him. Is that it?
What? How'd you know?
We wizards have a knack for knowing such things. The book is inside on the table. You may have a gander if you like.
Oh. This is the actual title. Okay, this is such a stupid anime title.
What book?
Oops, I killed humanity's last hope. The legendary hero is dead.
Wow. That's quite a title.
Oh no! Did you ever see? I think Bowie. I think you might have saw it. I posted it like maybe a few weeks ago. Yes.
Anime title.
Hang on. This has to be the longest anime title ever.
This has to be put on stream because this is really funny.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Ah yes. Ow. You okay?
Did you just hurt yourself?
I hit my knee.
So Devin, hang on. So this is like the entire title, and I won't take a breath. This is the entire title. It is. I'm a former slave, but I try to buy an Oni slave who too much energy, so I want to throw him away.
One more time?
Yeah, I remember this.
Say it again.
This is the full title of the show. So hang on, let me get my breath.
Oh my god.
This is the entire title. So the entire title is, I'm a former slave, but I tried to buy an Oni slave who I later found too much energy, so I want to throw. That's the title.
Oh my god. I remember you told me about this. I was like, what is this?
Kind of
title.
I can't even begin.
Like, who comes up with that?
Who said this was a good idea?
Oh, 10 animes with the longest titles ranked. Oh god.
In fact, I legit made up one after I had like a really good nap. So, what was it? When you sleep so good, you woke up in another universe.
I mean, yeah. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. It's the name of an anime.
Interesting.
That's so dumb.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Did my dumb butt forget to put the high jump on?
Probably.
I
I don't think you did.
Lord.
I did not.
Oh, I missed.
Wow.
Smallest things make the really dumbest moments, I tell you.
Wait, what? Okay, hold on. I got another title. favorite. Okay, so this one is not as long, but it's still stupid. It's called "Do You Love Your Mom?" and her 2-hit multi-target attack.
That sounds like a grudge than a title.
These anime names, oh god. Wait, where's the one I saw? This one. I don't know why this one gets me. It's a little bit. We still don't know the name of the flower we saw that day. Like, wait, what?
Oh, I've heard that one before. I've heard that. I've not watched it actually.
What even is the plot?
Like, I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job.
Oh, I saw the one that you were talking about. No matter how you look, you guys thought I'm not popular. I've seen that one. Okay.
No matter how I look at it, it's your guys' fault. I'm not popular. Like, what? Oh my god.
That's just emotional damage.
Man,
That's not a title.
Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in the dungeon?
That's actually an anime. I've seen that anime. Yes, it is called "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls?" Actual show. I think it's like 12 episodes. It's such a stupid title, but it's catchy. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
What is Japan smoking?
Apparently the good shit.
Apparently.
Wait, here's another
Coach
weird one.
This is the police station in front of Chimeri Park in Katsushika World. Katsushika Ward. Wait, what?
Wait, did you see this? What was it? I was abducted by an elite all-girl school as a... Is it just with mangakas, or they're like, look, we have to make the weirdest title possible?
Yeah. It's just the weirdest name.
What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? No, we're too busy playing video games.
No.
Honestly, that sounds like me in a nutshell.
God, the story in which I was kidnapped by a young lady's pool to kill a sample of the common people. These titles are ridiculous, bro.
It's long. They're long.
Yeah, what's that side quest in Genshin, Devin, where like you have to team up with the writers, they're coming up with the name of some kind of manga?
What side quest?
It was like there was this one of the side quests in Inazuma. It's like you meet up with the writers at the house with what's her name? The fox woman.
Oh, her, yeah,
and you have
that's
to team
right.
up with them to basically create an isekai. And they're just like, we're just gonna take your adventures and just create it as an isekai. I'm like, not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. That'll sell.
I'm not even gonna say this title. I was gonna say one title. I was like, never mind. Actually, let me not say this title. Oh my god.
These are hilarious.
I just don't understand.
Listen, I've given up on I love Japan.
Oh, I know Hana. Okay, yeah, they just I know Hana. Was it? Still don't know the name of the flower. Yeah, they just cut out all that other stuff. They just call it I know. They're like, we're not gonna add all this other stuff to it. Just call it I know.
Right.
It's like, somebody's like, yes, this is the alternative title.
Yep.
Caught in the battlefield between my girlfriend and my childhood friend. That sounds like some spicy shoujo manga right there.
That's a spicy JoJo manga right there, yes.
Okay, you know what? I would legit watch whatever the show is. A boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I will be curious.
I think I've heard about something like that.
I am curious about that one.
I think I watched an episode of that with a friend, or something similar to that.
The concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I really want to know how that works. It's like, what type of show?
One of the cringiest lines I heard and something like that was like, something's wrong with my swimsuit area. I was like, oh my god.
That is cringe.
Like, did they know?
You know, we hear a dirty joke and, yeah, you can figure out the rest, I assume.
Cringe.
If I don't successfully pick up 420 girls, I'm going to die in a lot of different ways.
Somebody's
And then
horny
the
wet
first
dream.
thing somebody says, okay, there's a lot to say about this anime. And somebody wrote that.
Ah, he's on the Duolingo.
Correcto. Yeah, he's on the. I really gave up on my net. Gave up, but I was. Yo, and then I just didn't have time to do Duolingo.
Yeah, well, you know.
It happens.
Yuchi.
Magic haste. That'll be very vital. Yes.
Sometimes I just need to use the
Double XP. Bet.
Go
Mickey,
for it.
Mickey. That mouse is based. Just saying.
Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, so me can use okay. Like Watashi or Pokemon.
Well, wouldn't you be Boku? Like, I thought Watashi would be the female connotation, and then Boku would be male.
They don't
Because technically, when I was learning, I was Kashiwa. If you identified as a guy, you would say Bokuwa, which I think was like more of like a casual introduction of yourself, like in a formal way.
It's context, but there's like the big thing about Japanese is that there's not a lot of male and female like words. Like, you know how like in French there's a difference, in Spanish there's a difference.
Right.
They don't do that in Japan. It's just they understand context. It's like, this why you Caucasian behind. We know context. I talk to women. You have to clarify.
That was pretty good. Good impression.
Say you say that. Meanwhile, half of Japan is just ready to stab me with a sword.
Bo is canceled.
Probably are.
I'm canceled.
Like, no, please don't cancel him. He was just making a point.
Ooh. Okay, yo, whoever keeps drawing these like different variations of Sora in different costumes, like who are you? Somebody's like, what if there was a if Sora was in the Haunted Mansion?
Oh.
Where's that who are you? Is this your account? I don't know what cool stuff have you drawn?
Actually,
no
no chances. Let's play it safe.
You already fought this guy before?
Yeah, that was Terra. Now I'm Ben.
That's true.
Ben, Terra.
You're weak.
Boy is like an armored boss, but a heartless, a nobody, or an unversed. I don't recall the Dream Eaters having one. It's been a while since I played Game Drop Distance.
Yeah, same here. Wouldn't it be funny if Aaron looked over at that at the moment? It's like, oh wait, he's using the same keyblade I am. How interesting is that?
That would be.
Thunder!
Not falling for this again.
No! Bad. Ben's like, see, I'm not Terra. I can actually move. Speaking of which, Terra's about to die.
That's his problem, not mine. I literally cannot heal anyone but myself.
What's that,
I do.
Oh, now I remember that guy from Big Hero 6. That was his mistake.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying not to make fun of that scene, but I really do think that scene does ruin a lot of parts of that movie. Because, like, you seriously gonna try and convince me with a straight face that you care about Tadashi, but yet you're just like, yeah, whatever, my prized pupil killed himself trying to save me. He's a dummy. I'm like,
yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Get yourself checked out. Get a little reality
That's
check.
why you don't leave your villain to be revealed at the end. Like, I understand he went for the whole, like...
Why are you just standing there?
I'm staging... yes. I understand he went for the whole, I'm staging my own deaths so that, like, nobody can suspect what I'm doing, but it's like, still...
Well, they're really just standing still. Like, look at
That's what
Terra.
I'm saying. Like, what are you guys doing? Why are you standing there?
Ben,
they were just legit just like, we're not moving.
Come on, Ben. You can beat this guy. Like, hey, there's 3 of us here. We can all take care of this.
Nope. I gotta do all the heavy lifting.
Yep. You gotta leave the child do all the heavy lifting.
No, it took me 1 try. It took me like 2 or 3 tries with Terra.
Right.
Tara! Ben, now! Come on!
Like it.
You're welcome. Almost forgot to mention here's Wayfinder's necklace out there in IRL. Really?
Got him. We make a
Gotta
good
get them that
team.
final
Sure do.
dimension.
Oh yeah.
I gotta keep an eye out for
I got
those.
you these tickets.
Here we
For
go
what?
again.
Lifetime passes to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
You mean us?
I think that's still my favorite line delivery.
Listen to me, Van. We need to get you home.
It's okay, Aqua. Trust me, that guy in the mask is history. He'll never badmouth Terra again.
You saw the boy in the mask?
I fought the boy in the mask.
Yes?
Yeah, correction.
Couple of mouse.
Vetus. Ven, you let Aqua take you home.
No way. I want to go with you guys.
You can't. We have a dangerous task ahead of us. I don't want you to get hurt.
And what is this dangerous task, Tara?
It
It doesn't sound like what the Master told you to do.
It might be a different route, but I'm fighting the darkness.
I'm not so sure. I've been to the same worlds as you, and I've seen what you've done. You shouldn't put yourself so close to the darkness.
Listen to yourself, Aqua. Terra would never.
You mean you've been spying on me? Is that what he said to do? The Master's orders?
He was only...
Emotional damage!
Come on.
No, wait, there's more.
Terra!
Just stay put. I'm on my own now. All right?
Tara! Terra, please, listen. The Master has no reason to distrust you, really. He was just worried.
That's a hard cap, girl.
You're awful, Aqua.
Wait.
So now you know the truth. But the Master loves Terra. And you know that too.
Were you also ordered to take me home?
Oh, asking the right questions.
Aqua, now that you're a Keyblade Master, you've let it go to your head.
Yo.
I'm gonna go find Terra.
Emotional damage!
So many times.
There's one for each of them. One for Ven, one for Terra, and one for Aqua. You get emotional damage. You get emotional damage.
You
get one. You get one.
You get emotional damage. You're all graduates of failure university.
Aqua game roasted, yes. They kind of just tore her apart.
Look, to be fair, Aqua's just like, listen, Master told me to bring you guys home. Y'all didn't look.
Yeah, she's just doing her job out here.
I'm just doing my job.
She should just be grabbing their ears and be like, no, I said.
She really is just doing her job. They're just like, wow, some friend you are.
If I was Aqua, if I was an Aqua shoes, I'm like, what did I just say? Like, are you back talking to me? What did I just say?
Oof.
Like, Vengeance, like, what did I go back? What did I just say? She would grab his ears.
She really would, honestly.
She's just like, no, you're coming.
I could totally see Aqua grabbing Ven by the ear.
And just see Terra just looking on, and just Vengeance like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
And then just Master Erica's just like, oh, welcome back. Like,
Erica's be like, huh. I thought Keyblade Masters were supposed to keep their cool.
I mean, look, when you have like a 14, 15-year-old child who's just not listening to you after you kindly asked them a few times, can you please come back home? Can you please go home with me? Can you kindly come back to me? Like, I need you to come back. And they don't. Right,
and they don't.
And they don't. Like I literally wanted to see Aqua just like roll up her sleeve. She's like, all right, look, don't make me whoop your ass in front of Terra. I would.
Beat your ass in front of Terra.
It's like, you want to cry about Terra? I'll give you something to cry about.
He's like, I'll give you something to cry about. Would Aqua go to Auntie Anne's inside old joke?
I mean, for the good pretzels they have, sure. I don't know the joke,
hey,
but I mean, they got good pretzels.
Pretzel, yeah. You see her just grabbing him like, all right, come on, Ven. We're not going to Disney Town either.
It's like, no, you going home. You're not going to no Disney Town.
It's like, I'm telling Ericus. He already knows.
I know, right? Like, I'm telling Massive. Like, he already knows what's going on. Oh my god. Why I feel like half the stuff we mentioned is like stereotypically black. Like, what would it?
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Must be a force of habit or something. I don't know.
Like, Uncle takes off her ear and she's like, what a night.
Starts taking the earrings off. I'm like, what did I say?
Oh, listen, y'all. I know I'm joking, but I'm speaking from traumatic recorded. Like, literally, just my mom was just like, I'll give you something to cry about. I'll keep crying. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. Oh, excuse my language.
Hey, you said a bad word on stream.
I did. I know.
I'm going to beat you later.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'll give Boa something to cry about.
Yeah, it's called this bamboo stick.
Oh God, no!
Oh, okay.
I can already feel that.
Okay, for real. Okay, I never personally went through it, but I heard the stories from like older members of my family with my grandmother. He's just like, no, I'm not gonna hit you with the belt. You go out and get your own stick, and you bring it back here.
Oh,
see, and here's the joke. Here's the joke. You think getting the smaller one is gonna lead to a lesser beating? Oh no.
No, the smaller one hurts more. It's like, no, get your own Twitch. I'm not gonna pick it up. You pick it up for you. You better pick up a good one.
Yep.
That's actually kind of horrifying.
That, listen, when you live in a family with some older black people from certain generations, that was how you got punished.
Oh my lord.
They're like, no. You're gonna go outside, you're gonna Twitch, and that's what you're gonna get beat with. And just like I said, that did not happen to me, thankfully, but I've had aunts and older cousins who were like,
thank God it was not that generation.
yeah. Thankfully, I am one of the youngest of like many other cousins, so I don't have to worry about that. I was born very late.
Oh, the good news is this lesson took me only 30 minutes.
But that still does not stop my grandmother from just like, give me something to cry. Keep crying. I will give you something to cry about.
Oh, totally. That's just a trope.
Right. I do always love how she called Lunchables artificial lunches. She's like,
artificial lunches.
Yeah, because I would sometimes I would stay with her for a little bit for like a whatever pack for camp, and I went into I was just eating Lunchables for camp for lunch, and she's like, no, I'm gonna make you lunch. You're not getting one of those artificial lunches, and we just stuck with that.
Actually,
I was like, artificial.
Actually, it's called processed food. I'm just saying.
I know she called it artificial lunch.
If you get insulted, do it properly.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'll make you lunch. I'm gonna make you your own lunch. I was like, okay.
All right.
Why can't I eat the artificial lunches? I'm like, but the artificial lunches come with a cookie and Capri Suns.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
No Capri Sun.
No Capri Suns.
Why is this a question? I hate Facebook.
Like, no Capri Suns, no capes.
Capri Sun, no capes. No capes.
No Capri Suns, no capes.
No capes.
Alright, here's a stupid one for you. I'm sorry to have to read this out loud, but...
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Why is tamales pronounced tamales, but females is pronounced females instead of females? I hate Facebook. Anyway.
Before I gouge my ear, cut my ears off, what did they call them?
What?
Tamales, but not females.
Female.
It's so...
Blood pressure.
This is like my blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
Oh my god.
You have no idea how angry that made me.
It's like tomato. I'm like, what?
Like, say that again, I will turn you into a tomato.
It's like, you like tomatoes? I mean, how was it? What's her name? We had somebody, I think, at college called up. Yeah, I mean, they did it on purpose. They knew it was coming. Like, you guys want to go to Chipotle? I'm like, what?
Oh, there's always that one that's called a Chipotle. Oh? Hello there.
He's like, okay. Just casually, just, okay. And then just jogs. Couldn't do that before?
Enzo? Yeah, that was the Enzo.
Yes.
So how do they come up with the names for these people? I get the names from the organization, but they revert to their normal names. I'm like,
Well, I mean, it's basically their organization names. Their real names just scrambled in X.
yeah. So it's like, let's unscramble their names and see what sounds best.
Vixen, no, we can't pick that. Yep, too late.
I mean, let's see if I remember. Let me bust up my key stuff.
She's got her cap on.
My cap. I was about to call Zen by the joke name, not Ansel.
Oh dear.
And I was like, I think I can say it on the stream.
I
Anyway.
don't think you should say that. I would prefer you not.
Okay, so we have Ansem, Greg, Dylan, Evan, Alias.
Yep. Yenzo. Did we say Evan already?
Yes.
Seven, Asa, Lee. We don't know what that Vex is because of reasons. We never figured out what Left Swords was either, but
Marluxia.
No, Marluxia is Lorium because he shows up in Lorium.
Lauren.
Lorium. It's like Laurium.
Sounds like a woman. He
I
does look like a
see what
woman.
he looks like.
Again, he does look like a woman. It's fitting.
And then Larxene is Elrena? Elrena or something like that. And then of course Roxas is Sora. So technically we don't really officially know what Luxords is.
Guarded boy.
And then we don't know Demix.
So basically what we're saying is the organization names are already way better.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes, Lee's literally becomes Axel. I'm like, I'm sorry, but his name is way cooler when he was a nobody.
I know, like Axel sounds
I do
cooler
like
than
that
Lee.
line. I do like that line from Dreamed Up Distance. He's like, Axel, my name is Lee now, and then
Ricky got
still
it
calls him
memorized.
Axel. Yeah, no, but then later on, like Ricky calls him Axel. He's like, no, I told you, but fine.
He's like,
call
no,
me
I just
Axel."
like, oh, fine. Axel's like,
never mind.
He gave up. So
Yep.
just call me Axel.
Oh, Sora.
Answer me. Ah, there you are. Didn't I warn you not to wander off, child?
no.
I see we owe you our thanks. We have done our best to raise the boy, since his poor parents are not here to do it.
AKA, they probably died.
You're on your own, huh? Sir, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's a tall guy dressed kind of like me. Have you seen him?
Sorry, another theory popped in my head.
Perhaps I did see him in the outer gardens. Just follow this road.
Thank you.
No, thank you for keeping Yenso out of harm's way. And, well, let's say, I have a feeling we are destined to cross again.
Sus.
Very sus.
That was way too sus.
Yep.
So, okay, so the fact that they mentioned, they're like, yeah, his parents aren't here to protect him, Ienzo, got me thinking about the new mobile game we're supposed to, I don't know, any information outside of whatever was revealed to certain people, but what we do know is the mobile game is supposed to have something to do with bloodlines. So we possibly would know who's related to who. One of which kind of got revealed at the end of Union Cross Dark Road, and I'm just like, wait, Nani?
Huh.
like these are related?
These are actually related.
I still can't believe it. It's just so weird. I'm just like, wait, gotta.
That is weird.
And like that kid might have had a kid.
Sus, I see Baka. Yes.
I see Baka. Jesus.
All I want to know is, will we ever see Sora's mom? And she's
Whose mom?
Sora's mom.
No. Our only job was to make dinner from never have it.
Like, so our dinner ready. It's like 20 years ago, he never came down for dinner.
Take me with you.
I can't do that, Ven.
Why not?
Not even a hi, just...
When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
Well, why wouldn't I? You're my friend.
Yeah. You're right. Thanks, Ven.
Later.
Like, he doesn't even say hi, he just says, take me with you. You know what Ven's starting to sound like? He's starting to sound like a desperate ex-lover.
I know you'll be
Pretty much.
He's like, I want you back. Take me with you.
Tara going to listen to Linkin Park. What?
After he brushed her off.
Bro,
After he brushed her off, he's like,
you come
I better
all
go
this
tell
way.
Aqua.
Now you just gonna go running back to Aqua and think everything's gonna be good.
He's like, by the way, Aqua, Tara went somewhere, I don't know.
Aqua, I made a mistake.
I know.
Pretty much.
No, he should have said, Aqua, take me with you.
Tara, me, well, me.
Hey, are you mean like that one kid who's trying to use that presentation?
I
Tara going to listen to Linkin Park.
But hold on, but which one?
Hey Chad, how you doing?
Is it Hybrid Theory Tara or is it Meteora Tara?
Anyway,
Later
hi.
on, Tara.
How's it going, buddy?
There's a difference.
Oh my god, I
And
love
if we're talking about Hybrid Theory Tara, then he will be like, oh, let me go be emo in my room.
Pretty much.
And then just proceeds to just blast the
God,
crawling.
stay out of my room.
Exactly. He will probably be listening to crawling.
Just existing? Okay, fair answer. Same here, honestly.
Alright, at least he's doing better than nobody's.
You nobody, we're nobody. Nobody's here. Anybody's here? Somebody's here. Nobody's here.
Oh, I get it, because nobodies don't exist. Good job. 6 points.
Points to Slytherin.
6 points to Slytherin. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor D-Boss.
Apparently, my supervisor, who also plays, or I guess, like, follows Harry Potter, she's like, I think you're a Hufflepuff. I was like, I'm a what?
I'm a what puff?
Like, what you call me?
What you call me?
That's what you say to me.
Like, we need to throw hands, cause
is those fight words? Excuse me.
He said, I think you're a Hufflepuff. I'm like, I'm a what? She's like, what does that mean?
Hufflepuff. Do I look fat to you?
It was like,
and I
do you
told
want
her,
the honest
I'm
answer,
sorry.
or
You're right. Do you want the honest answer, or
I'm like,
no?
Depends. How long do you want to live?
I was telling her, like, I'm sorry. I unfortunately was part of that Twilight train. I wanted to get off the train by the third book, but I was already stuck on the.
I was like, teacher, we have a saying. Once you get on the train, you don't get off.
It's like by the time the third book, I think by the time I get to the third book, I'm like, can I get off the train now? Am I allowed to get off the train? It's like, no, you're not allowed to get off the train.
Levoisa. That's a big word.
Is that scene where she's like, damn, I've only seen clips of the movie.
Oh, Leviosa. I misread that. Magnica Leviosa. Ah!
Leviosa.
Oh my god, you're Leviosa. Oh, stop. Oh my god, you're Leviosa.
I love that scene.
Why do I still remember that cursed video?
Wait, is that the same video where they put, instead of wands, they put guns in their hands instead?
Yeah.
No, that's a different one.
I've seen that one before. They're like, what if Harry Potter had guns? And I was like, what? It's just... I'm just like, you know what? I wasn't interested in the movies, but, you know, this might make things a little more interesting.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Why is she so pretentious in that clip?
It's one of my favorite scenes.
She sounds so snobby in that clip.
No, it is. This is one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. Even as a kid, I was like, I love this scene so much. And then, of course, no, the best part is like literally a minute later, Harry and Ron are outside walking, and Ron's just like, "It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. She's a nightmare, honestly."
No, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Ron is such a little asshole.
Oh, she actually stayed this entire time?
Oh. Well, she did
thought
get
she would've
burned.
left.
I'm sure she was contemplating.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Right. Then I can't stay here.
Okay, but can you take him home?
No, then. Do as I say and go home.
Take him home
How
and
about
then do your
take him
thing.
home instead of just telling him?
Why won't you let me?
I don't want to put you in harm's way.
Oh my god. Listen, if I was her, I'd have been like, let me take you home and then I'll do...
Hold on, pause. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to use a bad word, but I think it's appropriate in this context. Bitch, did you just say you understand? No! He does not understand! She's like, I don't want to put you in harm's way. Do you understand? Hell no! You're being cryptic as right now.
Also, it's so contradictory because she's like, let me take you home. And then she's
Exactly.
Right. And then, no, you go home. Like, make up your mind!
Make up your mind!
Sorry.
And she just leaves.
Emotional damage.
See, this is why this trio got issues 10 years down the road.
God. Yeah, they really fell apart.
They got issues.
They do got issues.
Giving up already? Come on, Ven. I thought you were stronger than that.
Boy, that
Also,
callback.
Screw you. They literally cut and paste that line.
Then you almost had him. Just try it again.
Hey, wait. You're teaming up now?
Literally almost line for line between Kairi and Riku as Terra and Aqua.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Same
Like,
with
I thought
Terra
you were
and Ven.
stronger than that.
Same between Sora and Riku.
She said so elegantly.
I know.
Ven, you see all those dents and nicks you got?
That's me
Which one
beating
of
your
those
ass.
is proof you're learning?
Both of those are correct.
You're trying too hard to move your body. You need to learn to let your body move you. Right?
Look where that got him.
What does... what does that mean?
Don't know.
In your hand, take this blade. And so long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be made.
What's that about?
Being a Keyblade master is all I've dreamed about.
I guess he still was like, didn't have a personality at this time. His eyes are like zoned out.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You, me, and Ven all share the same dream.
Because his eyes colors tend to change when he actually becomes him.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how he learned to wield a Keyblade? Or he got the power to wield Keyblade? Oh. I wonder. Stuff to think about.
And he still didn't go. She at least could have saw him off home instead of just like assuming he went home.
Seriously. It still sucks. Aqua got shelved in the third game.
Oh. I mean, she did stuff, but...
She did stuff.
Is our boy.
It is.
Lee, we don't have time for this.
Lighten up, Isa. It'll only take a sec. You still play with toy swords? That's cute. Now this right here, ta-da! What do you think?
Not a whole lot.
You're just jealous. I'm Lee. Got it memorized? What's your name?
Ventus.
Okay, Ventus, let's fight.
Oh my
Fight?
god.
Why would I want to do that?
Cosplay
Scared of
plates.
losing? Come on.
Apparently, Axel actually is the only one who curses in Kingdom Hearts, but he only curses in Chain of Memories.
That's probably a mistranslation.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're gonna be sorry.
it's the only time though. Is Chain of Memories is the only one.
So I'm confused. Is Lee's plan to beat him with a bunch of whoopee cushions?
They're clearly cosplay plates.
Yeah, because that didn't work.
I'm willing to call it a draw if you are.
Bruh.
Huh? Right.
From where I stood, the only thing you drew was a big L on your forehead for loser.
Wait, where's that one dude? Wait, where is he? Where is he? Oh, you don't have the guy where he's oh, this is the thing over his...
Get roasted.
That was good.
What? Isn't this the part where you cheer me up or something? You're just having a bad day, or that's what you get for pulling your punches. Some friend.
Oh, you mean I was supposed to lie?
You see what I gotta put up with?
I mean, to be
Sure
fair,
hope you don't have
Syx
friends
continues this roasting even as a nobody.
Well, to be fair, his friends are lying to him, so...
Alright, later, Shad. Have a good night.
Lee, we have to go.
Bye, you.
Okay. Already? I'll see you when I see you. After all, we're friends now.
You know it's
That
a
has to
Disney
be
property win.
This got to be so awkward
Okay.
post Kingdom Hearts 3 because he's like, okay, so you're Ventus,
With you and
you're
picking up
you're
stray
Roxas.
I want
Can you?
everybody I meet to remember me.
Cray puppies!
Inside people's memories, I can live forever.
I know I won't forget you. Believe me, I try all the time.
Damn it!
Just roasting this man.
This man's getting destroyed.
Yo, why is this episode of Radiant Guardian just roasting everybody?
You're obnoxious.
No.
Let him cook. No, just let him cook. Let him cook.
You ready?
Just roasted him left and right.
Everyone is straight up cooking.
Well, I can tell you are.
Yeah.
See, whoever did the dialogue in Kingdom Hearts 2 must have came back and did dialogue.
They had to have.
That's just roasting everybody in this game.
Another one
Yo.
foreshadowing. Why,
Yo,
yes.
this world...
Must be
Yo,
nice.
this world... They need to rename this world Radiant Kitchen, because everybody be cooking in this.
That was a
No,
well-worthy
no. They should be calling it Roasting Garden.
burn. Roasted garden. Ooh, frolic
There you
flame.
go. There you go, the Frolic Flame. That's cool.
Ooh,
That's a really cool Keyblade.
that is.
I am sad to admit that I didn't realize for the longest time that the only reason why you... Because I'm thinking to myself, like, are there, like, you know, just, like, multiple Keyblades he has? I'm like, no. It's literally he just carries these tiny... So basically in the original game, you're actually really what you're getting are these tiny keychains that you equip to the Kingdom Key, and it transforms it.
True.
And I didn't realize that for the longest time. Is that sea salt ice cream on the wall?
Wait, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's sea salt ice cream.
We must inspect.
Like, doesn't... Oh, no, it's waterfalls. Okay, it looked like
Waterfalls.
ice cream, though.
Which one? Radiant Kitchen or Roasting
I
Garden?
vote for Roasting Gardens.
That explains equips the Keyblade, makes Keyblade into one.
Yes.
True.
So I found out that how the reason why you get different Keyblades is you're getting a keychain, so something very tiny bottom. You essentially unequip the keychain and then you that one.
Well, let's see. We got a car key, a piano key, and the key lime pie.
Key lime pie, skeleton key, keyboard, key to the
Key to
city.
my heart. What was it?
Oh my god.
Keyhole, key lime pie, key to my heart.
We'll never not find that clip.
Like Don Quixote.
Okie
That was a
dokie,
stretch.
okie Don Quixote. Oh, that's a stretch. Better get rid of that one.
I love that one. I love that.
And then, of course,
Get
Mickey.
Mickey!
I need them to bring that show back to Disney Plus. God, that show had some great lines.
Oh my god.
That show was crazy. It was great.
Like it was cool that you would show like old Disney cartoons, but the fact that the new cartoons content was just so great. Like,
yeah.
they're like, yo, I'm Mickey, I'm in charge of the House of Mouse, and I'm just like, bro, like, who came up with this genius idea? Like, they're just roasting everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys up for one more world?
Yeah, we can do one more.
One mold. One more.
Radiant Garden, that was just the roast garden. That was just the roasting garden.
The roasting garden.
Speaking of passes to Disney Town.
Said you bring two. You didn't bring your grown-ups.
Turns out, I didn't need them.
I like how when Tarek came here, he was like, "So that's how I fight the dark, or that's how I fight the darkness." And Minnie's just like, "What are you talking about?"
They were just like, "What are you talking about?"
Comes the fearless defender and hero of this town.
What's your gimmick this time?
It is me, Captain Justice.
Fringe.
Young fellow, do my hero senses detect that you got troubles? Just say the word and Captain Justice will make all your problems disappear.
Who, me?
Meow.
I'm just trying to make some friends.
This
Forget it.
Don't be intimidated by my magnificence. Go on and spit it out, then remember to vote Captain J.
Vote?
Oh, well, forget that. How can I help? That's the only reason I'm here.
I know. Tell me about your town.
Like
Everything's so
catchies, pancake
festive.
lime pie?
Is it always like this?
Huh? That's it? Nothing else? Well, the festivities are on account of the Dream Festival, which is why I made sure there's carnival stuff all over town.
Really? Like what?
Oh, you gotta see it for yourself. Wouldn't be much of a dream if I just told you.
Right. Thanks.
And kid, don't you go forgetting, Captain Justice is the one who solved all your problems. That would be Justice with a J.
How else would you spell it?
Captain Justice.
Cringe with a C.
Can't open the ice cream shop.
Speaking of the nephews.
Oh, here we go.
Trouble? Rescue is on the way.
Festival.
Just hear screaming out in the distance.
Maybe I can make some new friends.
Lord knows you need some, Ben.
Even the fire hydrant has a Mickey head on it.
Of course.
Of course.
Bruh, can you imagine them having this world in 3 and just be like, I think I see a Lucky, I think I see a, I think this game would break. You just keep saying that online.
He likes pancakes from Akechi's Otakon Pancake Line Con.
Mickey? I think I'm starting to understand why you left town. A little creepy. You're telling me.
I mean, for real, like, when does he ever come back here? Like, at the end of each...
He literally does not.
He literally just never comes back.
This man straight up abandoned his kingdom.
He comes... No, he doesn't show up in the first game, but he comes back in the second game. And then he comes back at the end of the third, and it's just like, now what? I'm like, sir, you keep leaving your kingdom. Like, what are you doing?
Yep.
It's like, you gotta come back, sir.
Yeah, come back
I mean,
eventually.
Though, to be fair, technically he's not agency. He's actually the church. He's just married into it.
Well, if it ain't the last kid Captain Justice saved, afraid you'll have to get in line. I'm working on another catastrophe here for these fellas. Huey, Dewey, and Louis, my good friends.
Who have not aged in 10 years. Or don't age in 10 years.
do was make our own special recipe ice cream, and we had a little trouble. Come on, it's not really that big a deal.
I'm 100% positive you're the victims of sabotage.
Not even close. Quit making stuff up. It's just the ice cream machine.
Duck's spitting facts.
Left it for us, but we can't figure out how it works because it's so complicated. Oh, we're sorry, Queen Minnie. We wanted you to be the first to try our special recipe ice cream.
Oh, boys, it was very sweet of you to think of me.
We tried.
Say no more. Leave
Just
it to
dead
me.
eyes.
One bowl of ice cream coming right up.
You're just going to make a mess. Leave it alone, Pete.
Oh, Dewey is out for blood.
He really is out for blood.
Ooh, this machine is busted. It just needs a good pounding.
Oh dear.
It does not.
Hey, do you think I could give it a shot?
Wasn't there a TV show? I don't know if like my memory serves me right. A TV show where they were teenagers?
Yes. Oh,
But there's no harm in trying.
Was that what it was called? I vaguely remember it was like.
Oh my god, the three of them were such brats in that show.
Oh,
That was okay. No, Quack Pack was the end of the 90s. Like after they just released the Mighty Ducks, so like Disney's got 2 duck-related shows in a row, and like Huey and Dewey Louie, I swear, were the epitome of the most.
Yeah, there was a lot of
tubular, rat-tastical 90s preteen stereotypes. Oh my god, it's cringe. It is cringe.
Stack of ice cream. First,
They're
listen
like
carefully, remember the rhythm.
It's a rhythm game.
They're like
rhythm game before Melody of Memories.
They're trying to do like all of like Max Goose coolness without any of the swagger.
Swagger like Mick Jagger. I don't know.
Yeah, Disney apparently had an obsession with ducks in the 90s.
I could
You had,
tell.
you had DuckTales, you had the Mighty Ducks.
Is that man breakdancing?
I think so.
While still holding his ice cream.
Oops. Forgot. Wait, what are you doing?
You're supposed to go.
Listen.
You gotta go up to him. Yeah, yeah.
It's a small world after all.
No.
You're ruining my concentration.
Oh.
It's a small. What?
I'm sorry, I was feeling PTSD from the ride.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world.
Well, we can tell who's the favorite and who's not.
Jeez.
He's right though.
Green one, nah, the green one. You only get one.
I know you can do
Like
it.
that's what you get for smack talking Pete.
Just
What
thought
was
about it
Dewey?
now. Ice cream boba tea. True.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Hey,
Wait,
now you can hear me sing again, Courtney.
Wait, what do you mean retry? Wait, what do you mean retry? Wait, what are we trying to break?
I guess there's a certain score we gotta hit.
4.
I think you probably had too many goods last time.
Probably.
I think there's maybe too many pours.
Ash. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world.
Hey! Stop all that saying! You just hear Pete in the background, just like, what are you singing for? Oh,
that
there you
should be a pass.
Yo, look at this! Look at these dance moves they got going on there.
I know. I sense trolling. No, a little trolling.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's my mom's favorite line from Lady and the Tramp. Stop that racket! You'll wake the baby.
How yummy! What a wonderful treat! I don't think I've ever had such delicious ice cream.
You ate all that?
How do you soft sync? That too.
That just giant tower of ice cream.
That's not a brain freeze for later.
Oh, Ventus. Just Ben is fine.
Well, thank you, Ventus. Way to go,
And they
Ben.
made her see.
I see. We had to push this thingamajig the other way. Hey, I just got an idea. We could let our customers make up their own favorite flavors of ice cream.
Not with
True.
that machine. Well, the kid might have got it to work this one time, but junk like that needs to get junked.
Stop talking about yourself, Pete.
Fine, but Captain Justice will return.
Oh, okay, he said fine. I heard. I thought he said.
No, it's a Disney game.
I was like, hold on, buddy.
I bet he's just calling himself Captain Justice because he wants to win the Million Dreams Award.
What's the Million Dreams
I was like, wait a minute.
That's one of the Dream Festival events. Everyone votes for who they think is the town's most exemplary citizen.
I get it. So that's what he meant by vote.
And if you win the award, you get a really cool prize. Oh, it's just a small token, nothing elaborate. The event is supposed to help us appreciate how much we all look out for each other every day. That's the spirit of the award.
Well, that sounds nice enough.
Pete just wants to get his grubby hands on the prize. And he knows that nobody's gonna vote for him if he puts his own name on the ballot. But nobody's fooled. Yeah!
He looks so sad.
Looking out for me.
I mean, you know, you had your chance with Aqua and you kind of blew it. I'm just saying.
Kinda did. RL Place in Kingdom Hearts mentions it too.
Who do you think's gonna win this year's Million Dreams Award?
Boy, oh boy! I hope it's the guy I voted for! I voted for him too! Now that we got so much business at the shop, maybe we'll be #1! Wow, Uncle Scrooge sure would be proud of us if we actually won! Yeah, and I bet Uncle Donald would be pretty surprised too! Hello everyone, and thank you for waiting. Now it's time to begin the main event of our Dream Festival. The Million Dreams Award presentation.
Just skip to the part where you say my name. This is a shoe-in.
Wait, didn't they already give this to Tara earlier?
Exciting!
Yeah, they played this in Tara's story.
Multiple winners.
Oh, yeah.
The Million Dreams Award goes to Ventus, Aqua, and Tara. All 3 of you.
That means all 3 of them were there at the same time, but they weren't there at the same time.
Kind of.
Sure.
Aqua and Terra here.
No! He's asking all the right questions.
And
Like, when did they show up? Like, I did literally just gave you guys the card.
Everybody voted for Captain Justice. I made sure. Now go on, tell her.
No.
No. Better try the other one.
Oh, God, here we go.
The Rogue Racer, Captain Dark.
Why would I vote for that? Ben's just like, I don't even know.
We counted the votes very carefully. Ventus, Aqua, and Terra won. Oh, Pete.
I mean, given that there's like 6 people voting, but.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Doing it for the wrong reasons, and you went about it the wrong way. Still, a couple of citizens must have thought you had goodness in you because you actually got a few votes.
I feel sorry for
You
them.
were looking out for them.
Big whoop. I don't need their lousy votes. Just cough up my prize.
Again, rude.
They voted for you because they believe in you and care about you. How could you look down on that? I've tried to forgive a lot of things you've done, but this is too much. Now you finally crossed the line.
Like that matters to me. Besides, what are you gonna do about it?
Here we go
I'm
again.
gonna let you cool off for a while. Guards!
I'm gonna give unique definitions that sweep you. I'm doing new definition to sweep you off your feet.
Say, I'm gonna mop the floors with this.
Alright, tough guy. You wanna go?
Let me go. Put me down. What? No, you can't. No, no, no.
What I feel like the Bruins would have like some Brooklyn accent.
It's off to the floor with
The
you.
ceremony. With the 3 winners, Ventus, Aqua, and Terra, please come up and join me on the stage.
Wait, they're here?
Yes, a Joey Wheeler
Joey Wheeler accent.
Looks like our other 2 winners couldn't make it here to be with us today.
We were just...
Never mind.
Just don't think about it.
Perhaps you would accept the award on their behalf.
I'm gonna laugh if really while this is going on, Aqua and Terra
So
on
many
track.
here at the Dream Festival. So now, I hereby present the Million Dreams Award as a token of how much you matter to us. Congratulations!
To be fair, all things did was make some ice
And as an extra treat, we've created something special. An ice cream flavor just for you.
They got keyblades in that ice cream.
Oh yeah, they're little pokey sticks. That's cute.
Wait, really? Oh!
Yeah, I just noticed that.
It's so cute.
That's adorable. I kind of want that.
I would want that, honestly.
I want that.
See,
Yeah,
right
look.
there.
Well,
Keyblade.
you know what? I
There's
bet, I guarantee you, they probably said that in Tokyo Disney.
True.
What's it taste like? Go on, try it.
Well, now you have to eat it. I swear, if you just gobble.
What do you think?
Wow. It's great.
Oh, we're all very glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, like Tokyo Disney legit had like, what was it? I think when Recoded came out, they had like an actual like.
It's got to be in a place like this.
True.
Well, I'll just bust out of here and...
Quiet, fool. You do not possess that kind of power.
Who's there? Show yourself.
That is enough. Stop your sniveling and heed my words.
Okay.
He's like, okay.
I may decide to release you from this prison.
Really? Ooh, you can count on me. Just get me out of here, and you can tell me what to do.
A very wise choice indeed.
I'm such a big buffoon.
With your help, soon every world in existence will all be mine.
I mean, honestly, she probably would have excused that better with Terra than Pete.
Well, do you remember what I said earlier about how Maleficent picks stupid people for her goons? Boom. There you go.
That's true. She found the perfect goon.
She found the perfect goon.
You know what? You got a point there.
Mm-hmm.
Such an idiot.
He really
With
is.
His Majesty, yeah, she really did ban him to another location.
Yep, we'll be sure to visit. So when Goofy told Sora about when His Majesty banished Pete to another dimension...
Yeah.
Ah!
He probably heard it from Horace Horsecollar.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just a fun fact, you know that is Bill Farmer doing Horace's voice.
Respect.
Yep.
I mean, he's done like a bunch of other voices too, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we love Bill Farmer.
I don't feel safe.
Especially that. If those even not watched Amphibia. Just saying, you should probably go watch it.
I like how Bill Farmer sometimes like be like, I don't know, they had me.
Yeah.
When it's just like they probably just like, no, we're just gonna have you do re-recordings for like the HD
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the next game.
It's like, yep, but soon. But for now, I think it's a good place to stop. It's been a lot of story progression with Ven's story.
Yep.
And a lot of roasting too.
Quite a lot of roasting.
Roasting Gardens.
From this day henceforth, it is now known as Roasting Gardens.
Until next time. Yep, thanks for dropping in, Protagon.
It has quite the radiant kitchen.
It is the Radiant Kitchen.
Oh, man.
Yep, so we're gonna stop here for now. Next time, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, we'll pick up with Ven's story. Yep, so have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bowling!
Come here, Chocolate Rabbit. Come here, Chocolate Rabbit. Come here.